Woohoo! What's going on, guys? This is Mike with Chit Chat Gaming, and wow, we just saw an awesome Nintendo Direct today. And I'm just telling you guys right now, if so far this year and even some of last year, I have not really been impressed with video games on my Xbox or my PS4. To be honest with you, just not a whole lot has really kept me excited. But ever since the release of the Switch, Nintendo is just always putting something out there to keep me excited. And these Directs definitely help. And today's Direct felt like almost like a mini E3. It was freaking awesome. They had so much going on. They had all these headlines for the 3DS. I don't want to sit here. I wrote down some notes, but I don't want to sit here and go over everything. Just some key, some key highlights of the actual Direct. We saw some Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon highlights as well too. I believe they said something about a demo. I didn't quite catch that completely, but they did show a new 2DS, like a Pokeball system. Now I'm going to say this right now. I think it kind of sucks that they're kind of doing the whole 2DS thing now. I mean, I know they bring out these limited editions all the time. They're releasing the Metroid one this week, but they have this new Pokemon one coming out here soon. But they're also releasing, I believe it was here on the October the 6th, which isn't too far away. They're releasing the orange and white 2DS that they've been showing that's available in Japan, I believe Europe. And to me, that kind of like kicks the other guys down. People who's already bought the 2DS, it's kind of like a slap in the face to them because they're only able to get the blue, the turquoise, 2DS, and now they're like, all right, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna release this now. Why couldn't they have released this at launch? Because now people who bought the turquoise ones are gonna be like, oh my god, now I want the orange one. But regardless, though, that one and the Pokemon one, it looks like the Pokeball. That looks amazing. So I'm glad they're still doing it. It's just I wish they would have brought out at least the orange and white one closer to the release of the 2DS with the turquoise ones. We saw some information. This is quickly some 2DS stuff here. Mario Superstar Saga plus Bowser, I believe it was called, is October 6th. I love Superstar Saga for my Game Boy Advance, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. They showed some Kirby Battle Royale, which is available, I believe it's in January 2018. Minecraft 3DS. It's all over, our new 3DS. It's all over the place. Minecraft is everywhere. Just recently released on the Switch not too long ago. They announced that today in the eShop you can officially download and play Minecraft on your 3DS, on your new 3DS. I don't know if it's probably going to be the new 3DS. I don't think it's going to be able to go back to the original one. I'm not too sure. But on the 3DS, regardless, Minecraft will be available today. Download only. They did announce that a physical version will be released at a later date as well too. They didn't give a date. They did say it's coming out here as well. Another thing I love is I love Mario Party games. I've always loved those. And they released the Mario Party Top 100, basically like the 100 top mini games all thrown into one game. That's going to be released this year still. It's going to be on November the 10th. So I think that's really cool if you're a Mario Party fan. This is going to be awesome. Everybody loves the mini games, so it's going to be the top 100 mini games of Mario Party. Another thing they announced too is they went into that's a 3DS news I kind of got. There's probably more out there. Again, though, I could go 45 minutes talking about this. I don't want to do that like the Direct was, so I want to make this short and quick. I just want to give you my thoughts of this whole thing. Next, moving on to the Switch, they talked about Xenoblade Chronicles 2. The biggest thing I can get out of that, it looks amazing. But the biggest thing I can get out of that is what we all want, and that's the release date, which it looks like it's going to be December the 1st of 2017. So we all kind of figured it was coming out here towards the holiday season. And the 1st of December is indeed a great date for that release. So again, we'll be getting that here too. The limited edition version of that will come with a CD, a steelbook, and of course an art book as well too. I imagine it's probably going to be the same price, which is the $59.99, I imagine. But again though, December the 1st, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 comes out. And they also announced another thing too, this is what I love, is the Pro Controller. They announced a Xenoblade Chronicles 2 themed Pro Controller. I didn't really get a whole lot of look at it. I hope they post some pictures later on, which they indeed will before then, of how it actually looked. But again, I'm glad to see that they're releasing more Pro Controllers as well as alongside the Splatoon and of course the original one as well. Another thing they announced, that speaking of Splatoon 2, a bunch of updates. They got some new maps coming out. They got, I believe it's Kelp Dome, which is from the original one as well too. They're releasing that. I believe that comes out this Friday. But they did announce that they're definitely going to be still updating that as they had planned to begin with. They announced Fire Emblem Warriors. They showed a little bit of that for the 3DS and for the Switch. And of course, they showed the Amiibo that's coming out as well for that game as well. I believe it's October the 6th is the release date. Another game I love that came out on launch day for the Switch is Snipper Clips. they announced Snipper Clips Plus, which is going to include a bunch of DLC and such, and a bunch of new stages and a bunch of new features to the game itself. I heard them say something about a physical release. Sorry, I heard them say something about a physical release as well too, but for sure a digital release of this game on November the 10th. And of course, for us that currently already owns the game, you'll be able to add or download the DLC that goes with it on the same day as well too. No price yet on the DLC, as well as the price on the full game of Snipper Clips Plus. But again, I heard something about a physical copy. I'm a big, huge physical fan, so it'd be really nice to get that as well too, as much as I love that game. Rocket League, I've been waiting for this for forever now, ever since they announced it. I wanted a date released for Rocket League. Only thing I found out is what we found out before at E3, and that's that Rocket League will be coming out the holiday season. So no release date yet. They did show some of the Mario and Luigi battle cards and such as well too, and some other features that comes along with the Nintendo version. They said something about new online multiplayer as well too. But for me though, I was really excited. I wanted to get a release date. That has not come yet, but holiday season, all I know is I'm going to be getting it this year, so I'm happy enough for that. Another big announcement here, which we all kind of predicted, was Skyrim. They showed a lot of footage from that. I'm not a huge Skyrim fan, never been into it, but for me personally, I think I'm going to pick this one up for the Switch. Number one, it's handheld. I can take it with me to go, and it does indeed kind of remind me of like Breath of the Wild as far as being open world and such too. And I've heard a lot of great things about it, so I'm definitely going to give it a try. And it's going to be releasing on November the 17th. For the Nintendo Switch, and of course they did mention that, which we already kind of knew, if you tap Zelda Breath of the Wild amiibo to it, you can go ahead and get some cool clothing and stuff for your character in Skyrim. So that's really cool. You get the tunic and I believe the shield and everything else. So I mean, that's awesome. So I'm definitely all hyped for that. The Master Sword I believe was on there too. So that's cool. This is awesome. RGT85 said it perfectly when he said this is 2009 because they quickly showed some sports game, NBA 2K coming out this Friday. That's a digital version. The physical version comes out in October 17th. They showed FIFA, which comes out the 29th of this month, the same day as the SNES Classic. But they showed WWE 2K18. They didn't say it was going to be released on the same day as the PS4 and the Xbox versions, but that's okay, because eventually it's coming out. That's all I care about. I want a wrestling game on the Switch, on the Nintendo platform, because the last time I had one was Day of Reckoning, I believe it was. Day of Reckoning 1 and 2 for the GameCube, besides the ones that came out for the Wii and such. We never got one for the Wii U at all. But for the Wii, they had like the SmackDown and Raw series, I believe it was. But again, though, I want WWE 2K18 on my Switch, so I'm pumped for that. But here's the big news that I am really hyped about. I don't care what anybody says. Doom is coming to the Switch. That's right, the Doom that came out last year is coming to the Switch. I pre-ordered that game day one on my Xbox One. I love that game. I will definitely double dip, and I will get the Switch version of this just to have it on the go. Again, though, we have Doom, we have wrestling, we have NBA, all on the Nintendo platform. It's what everybody wanted. Everybody wanted third party, they wanted first party, and they're getting great games on it. So if you are not sold on a Switch yet, you might as well just forget about it, because most likely you're not going to be at any time soon. Also, Wolfenstein II was announced as well too. Both announced for this holiday season. Again, though, this holiday season. Not next year like PS4 and Xbox is doing at their E3. This holiday season, I know you're thinking, well, these are already games that's being ported. You're right, they're being ported, but they're going to be on a Nintendo platform. So for me, I am pumped. I'm going to get all these titles and more this year still. Also, they announced arcade titles. It was Mario Brothers, basically bring back an arcade archive. It's going to have like the original Mario Brothers. I saw some Punch Out in there as well too. It's going to be a little cool games and such. They're going to bring the Mario Brothers version of that out, the original Mario Brothers arcade, that version out on the 27th of this month, which is what, a couple weeks away. So that's awesome news as well too. We're going to be releasing more of those as we go. They announced the Amiibo for the Breath of the Wild, the Champion series. That's going to be releasing on the 10th of November. So that's awesome. Those all look really amazing. Square Enix is currently working on a new RPG that's currently in development. It's called, I can't remember what it's called, Project Octopath Traveler. It looks really fun if you're into those sort of games. I'm not huge into I'm into RPG style games, but it does look like a lot of fun. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. I could have sworn, and again, There's so much going on, I probably missed it, but I think I caught that they are releasing a demo today for that game. They want to get your input and stuff on it as well too. The game's not released in 2018, but they want your input and such on this short little demo they're going to release. And today there is a trailer indeed up for this as well. That was immediately following the direct. Of course, you got ARMS updates, you got a new stage, you got new character as well too. So they announced that. So again, I'm glad they keep going with ARMS and Splatoon 2. That's awesome. Dragon Quest Builders, which is currently on the PS4 as well too. I believe it's on the Vita maybe as well. But regardless, so that game will be releasing in spring of 2018. Yeah, it's a little far away, but that's okay. That gives us something to look forward to for next year, considering we already have tons of stuff going on for this current year, the rest of the fall and the winter as well too. Kirby Star Allies, that's coming out in spring of 2018. They talked a little bit about that at E3 as well too, so we'll be getting that in 2018. Sonic Forces, of course, coming out this year, coming out November 7th. Looks like a lot of fun. There's a limited edition of that available as well too that you can order. Resident Evil Revelations 1 and 2, which are both great games. I like them both. I already own them both on my Xbox One. That's coming out on November the 28th for the Switch. Eleanor will be coming out November the 14th. That will include the DLC along with some extra features as well too for the game. So again, some great titles coming out. They're ports, but great titles coming out the rest of this year. So you're going to have more than enough games to play on your Switch this holiday season. And they ended it off with Mario Odyssey. They took a look at some of the worlds that's available too. They announced some of the new worlds that's available. They did let you know that you can use the power moons, which you collect throughout each stage. You do puzzles and stuff for, but you collect those. That's going to power your Odyssey, which the Odyssey is basically the cap-shaped ship that's going to allow you to travel from world to world. So you'll have to basically get those power moons to kind of to fuel this. So almost like you have to have like a certain amount to be able to fuel it to go to a certain world. So kind of like Mario 3D World, where you definitely have to collect stars, in this case moons, to be able to power your ship to move forward. And they ended it off with, again, something that is awesome. I hope to release these things separate. They showed a new hardware bundle for the Switch that's going to include, of course, Mario Odyssey, the Switch system, new Mario Red Joy-Cons, which look amazing. I'm so hyped for those. And of course you get a case with it too, so you get a Mario Odyssey case along with it. Again, this is a hardware bundle, no price on that yet, but it's going to release at the same time that Mario Odyssey comes out in the end of October. I believe it's October 27th. So again though, as you can tell, I'm out of breath just talking about everything. I got a front and a back page full of notes here. So much going on. Like I mentioned, if you are not on board with the Switch, you're not going to. Right now is the time to get one. Again, if you can get one, and I have been seeing them a lot more. There's some bundles on GameStop as well. I know that's a little more expensive, but really it's like $359. I think I saw today for a Switch with Zelda, which is about right, $299 plus the game. So pick it up. But for me personally, I think this is awesome. Nintendo is off to the races. They've been doing a great job this year providing us with Switch content. Again though, did you ever think you would see wrestling, NBA, Doom, and Skyrim, Rocket League, all these great games on a Nintendo platform ever again? I really was starting to lose faith and didn't know if we're going to get it or not. This whole entire Direct definitely sold me more and has gotten me more excited and more hyped for what's to come for Nintendo in the future. Again though, let me know in the comment section here what your thoughts are, what you thought in the Nintendo Direct, what excited you the most and what you're looking forward to the most, what you didn't like, what you liked the least, and everything else. Just let me know exactly what you think. Again, this has been Mike with Chit Chat Gaming, and as always, happy gaming.